Hey everyone, welcome back to Emo and Adelaide here.
Hi guys, so excited to have you all with us today.
Adelaide, I couldn't wait to chat with you about this book we've been reading.
Same here. Coming Home, Uncovering the Foundations of Psychological Wellbeing has been on my mind all week.
Interesting. So, what did you think?
I absolutely loved it. How about you?
Well, to be honest, I'm a bit torn.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Yeah, the whole concept that psychological well-being is intrinsic kind of puzzles me.
Oh,
It feels a bit simplistic to say well-being is just there.
I get that. But don't you find the idea comforting?
In a way, yes, but I'm concerned it might minimize people's struggles.
That's a valid concern. But maybe it's about recognizing that underneath the layers of stress and anxiety, there's a core of well-being.
Perhaps. I did like the metaphor of the clear sky and passing clouds.
Oh, me too. It really paints a vivid picture.
Mhm.
Like no matter how stormy it gets, the sky is still blue above the clouds.
Right, but sometimes those storms last a long time.
True, but knowing the sun is still there can offer hope.
I suppose, but what if someone can't see beyond the clouds?
That's where awareness comes in. The book emphasizes the importance of understanding our thoughts as temporary.
Yes, but is awareness enough?
Well, it's a start. Just recognizing that our thoughts aren't permanent can be liberating.
Agreed to an extent,
Sometimes a small shift can make a big difference.
but changing thought patterns isn't always that straightforward.
Definitely. It's not a magic fix.
Exactly. It requires effort and sometimes professional help.
Of course, the book isn't dismissing that.
I guess it's offering a perspective rather than a solution.
Precisely. It's more about guiding us back to our innate well-being.
I can appreciate that.
Glad to hear it.
You know, the section on the 3 principles was intriguing.
Oh, yes, mind, consciousness, and thought.
Right.
It really highlights how our experiences are shaped internally.
But don't you think that can be a bit dismissive of external circumstances?
I wondered about that too.
Mhm.
But I think the point is that while we can't control everything that happens, we can control our response.
That's a good way to look at it.
You know, it's like that saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional.
I like that.
I thought you might.
Well, it aligns with some mindfulness practices.
Exactly. Being present and observing our thoughts without judgment.
Easier said than done, though,
True, but practice helps.
I suppose.
So, how do you think these ideas affect relationships?
Great question.
Thanks.
I think when we're more aware of our internal state, we can interact with others more compassionately.
Right. We become better listeners.
Yes, and we're less likely to project our own issues onto others.
That's important. Do you think the book's approach is accessible to most people?
I think so. It's written in a simple, relatable way.
I appreciated that it wasn't full of jargon,
Same here.
but maybe some people might find it too simplistic.
Perhaps, but simplicity can be powerful.
You're right. Complexity isn't always better.
Exactly.
One thing I did wonder about is the lack of concrete techniques.
Yeah, it doesn't offer step-by-step instructions.
Do you think that's a drawback?
It depends. Some people might crave specifics,
That's what I was thinking.
but others might appreciate the freedom to interpret and apply the concepts in their own way.
That's true.
Personally, I like that it encourages self-discovery.
I can see that.
Have you tried incorporating any of these ideas into your own life?
Funny you should ask.
Oh,
I've been trying to be more mindful of my thoughts.
and how's that going?
Well, let's just say it's a work in progress.
Aren't we all?
Exactly.
But seriously, I've noticed small changes.
That's great.
Don't get too excited.
Hey, progress is progress.
I guess so.
Maybe we should start a thought journal.
Now, there's an idea.
Could be interesting to track our thought patterns.
Or terrifying.
Maybe a bit of both.
But in all seriousness, it's worth considering.
I agree.
You know, the concept of not needing to fix ourselves was refreshing.
It was.
There's so much pressure to constantly improve.
Tell me about it.
But maybe accepting ourselves as we are is the first step.
That's a liberating thought.
It is.
Do you think society is ready for that idea?
That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I think individuals are starting to embrace it.
But society at large?
Maybe not yet.
Baby steps.
Exactly.
So, any other thoughts on Coming Home?
I'm glad we read it.
Me too.
It sparked some great conversations.
Definitely.
Maybe we should recommend it to our listeners.
Good idea.
So folks, if you're interested, give it a read.
And let us know your thoughts.
We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's a wrap for today.
Wait, one more thing.
Yes?
I just wanted to say thanks for challenging me on this.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's what makes these chats worthwhile.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, now we can wrap up.
Glad I got your permission.
Anytime.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time, take care of yourselves.
And remember, the journey inward is the most important one.
Beautifully said.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of From the Book Nook.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love having you here in our cozy little corner of the book world.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
And we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and book recommendations in the comments.
It really helps us connect with more book lovers like you.
And we'll meet you right back here in the Nook.
Until next time, keep turning those pages.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.